Russell gets blasted for thinking he can beat Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton has been given a 4-month timeline at Ferrari, and Lance might finally leave F1 for more talented drivers. Do consider subbing to the channel. Let's get into the latest F1 news. In the world of Formula One, rivalries often take center stage, and none has been quite as heated lately as the one between George Russell and Max Verstappen. This tension first flared during the Qatar Grand Prix last year, when Verstappen confronted Russell after a series of escalating comments and competitive racing incidents. The drama began with a late-season confrontation that saw Verstappen losing his pole position due to a grid penalty resulting from an altercation with Russell. Both drivers were on slow laps, preparing for a final attempt, but Russell found himself closing in on Verstappen much faster than anticipated. As emotions ran high, Russell expressed his concerns, calling Verstappen's driving super dangerous. After the incident, both drivers were summoned to the stewards, where Verstappen walked out with a one-place penalty. He later addressed the situation, revealing his disappointment and a sense of betrayal, stating, "I think all of us here, we respect each other a lot. I've lost all respect." The feud didn't end there. The tensions exploded in a fiery exchange of words following the race. George Russell accused Verstappen of milking the conflict, which further aggravated their rivalry. Verstappen retaliated, describing Russell as lying and putting things together, pointing to an alleged aggressive threat he had made to Russell. "I'm going to put you on your head in the wall." These comments revealed deep-seated frustrations and a personal edge to their rivalry. Russell pushed back, highlighting the irony in Verstappen questioning his character, given the aggressive comments made just a day prior. He emphasized that while fierce competition on the track is expected, the off-track remarks crossed a line. It was more than just racing, it was about respect and integrity, which both drivers seemed to feel was now in jeopardy. After the Abu Dhabi race, both drivers attempted to move past the drama, with Verstappen suggesting they could start fresh next year. However, pundits aren't convinced that this feud will simply disappear. Many believe that unresolved tensions remain, potentially igniting a new chapter in their rivalry as they head into the next season. The clash between two of Formula One's rising stars showcases the fragile balance between competition and camaraderie in sports, raising questions about how far rivalries can go before becoming personal. As fans, we're left wondering what will happen next as these two continue to share the track. Will they be able to coexist, or is this just the beginning of a long-standing feud? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for more updates as the new season approaches. Fadetesen of Destiny. Speaking on the Langs de Vangrails program on Ziggo Sport, former F1 driver Gijs van Lennep shared his thoughts on the FIA's recent crackdown on swearing among F1 drivers. He noted, "It's a difficult problem. If it were up to me, they can say anything. They just shouldn't slander each other." Van Lennep then tackled the issue of drivers trading insults, particularly pointing to George Russell. He remarked, "Look at Russell. You think that's a nice guy without a beard, a neat guy, but behind everyone's back, that's the biggest crook of all time." He believes Russell deserves a huge yellow card for his behavior, pointing out that he appears to play the nice guy while criticizing others, particularly Max Verstappen. In Van Lennep's opinion, it's crucial to handle such drivers. He stated, "That's the kind of guy I think they should tackle at some point, but he will get his arse kicked. Formula One will be something this year." More. This is not the first time Russell has found himself in hot water. Former Haas team principal Guenther Steiner commented on the matter, saying, "George didn't look the smartest guy there to pick a fight with Max in front of the stewards because Max milked that one." Steiner noted that Russell is typically not one to back down, but added, "I believe in standing up to bullies, but let somebody else do the dirty work for you. I would have picked a fight with the stewards, not with Max Verstappen." Shifting gears, George Russell remains optimistic about Mercedes' performance for the upcoming 2025 F1 season. "We're optimistic it will be a good step in the right direction," he declared. Furthermore, in a clear declaration, Russell stated, "It's going to be an exciting season," as he prepares to meet once again with former teammate Valtteri Bottas. With the new season on the horizon, Russell is also excited about his new teammate, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who he believes will bring a fresh dynamic to the Mercedes team. As F1 fans eagerly anticipate the unfolding drama of the 2025 season, it's clear there are plenty of stories to follow, from Russell's ambitions to the continuing rivalries on the track. With the hype building and the stakes higher than ever, fans are in for an exhilarating ride. Stay tuned as new developments come to light and the action heats up on the racetrack. Lewis Hamilton is set to embark on an exciting journey as he gears up for his first season with Ferrari. This change marks a pivotal moment in his illustrious career, especially with the spotlight now on the new SF25 car. Ferrari is committed to prioritizing this new model for at least the first 4 months of the F1 2025 season before shifting its focus to the ambitious Project 678, which is aimed at the F1 2026 season. This strategy comes as the motorsport world braces itself for what could be the most significant rule changes in Formula One's history. The upcoming season will abide by the existing regulations, but with 2026 on the horizon, teams will have to adapt to a wave of new standards. These changes include a shift to 50% electrification, the use of fully sustainable fuels, and advancements in active aerodynamics. Therefore, the choices teams make now will be critical. With the clock ticking, teams face a decisive challenge. Do they pour their resources into developing the current car, or do they start allocating investments toward next season's model? The implications of the F1 budget cap and the specific aerodynamic research restrictions also play a crucial role in determining how soon each competitor will begin their transition away from focusing on the 2025 season. Now, as for Hamilton, his move to Ferrari symbolizes the chance to leave behind the controversies of the past, particularly the memories of Abu Dhabi in 2021. This switch makes sense for several reasons, and it aligns with Ferrari's current strategy. Since the implementation of a sliding scale for aerodynamic testing in 2021, teams have had to navigate a new dynamic based on their standings in the Constructors' Championship. For instance, the team finishing last in the standings benefits from increased aerodynamic research time, receiving more opportunities for wind tunnel runs and computational fluid dynamics work. Following the 2024 season, Ferrari finished second, granting them 900 hours in the wind tunnel for the first half of 2025. This is significantly more compared to their rivals McLaren, but slightly less than Red Bull, who had a disappointing last season. Diving deeper into the technical aspects of Ferrari's strategy, a recent report indicates that Ferrari's technical director, Loic Serra, has devised a meticulous plan for resource management. Just last month, the groundwork for Project 678 began, signaling Ferrari's intent to lay the foundation for their next-generation car while still focusing on the immediate challenges. Serra has strategically assembled a dedicated team of engineers working exclusively on this new project, while ensuring that the design and performance of the SF25 remain the primary focus. This dual-track approach not only demonstrates Ferrari's ambition, but also its commitment to staying competitive in both the 2025 and 2026 seasons. As the countdown begins for the new season, all eyes will be on Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, who carry the hopes of the Ferrari team. With such a pivotal 4-month window approaching, how they perform will have lasting implications for the future of Ferrari and the direction of the sport. Lewis's arrival at Ferrari represents the dawn of a new era, both for him personally and for the legendary Italian team. As the season unfolds, it will be fascinating to witness how these dynamics play out on the track and how they influence the strategic decisions each team must make as Formula One continues to evolve. As the Formula One season progresses, the SF25 is set to remain Ferrari's main focus for at least the initial 4 months. This commitment is driven by several factors, including a strategic decision to introduce new concepts such as a pull rod front suspension, which has proven successful for teams like Red Bull and McLaren. The team is also preparing for the upcoming technical directive at the Spanish Grand Prix, which aims to address issues with flexi wings. This ongoing development emphasizes Ferrari's drive to optimize the SF25 before they must pivot towards the F1 2026 car. In a recent update, Fred Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, made it clear that the SF25 represents a significant departure from its predecessor, which narrowly missed securing the Scuderia's first World Championship title since 2008. He stated, "The car will be completely new. I think we'll have less than 1% of the parts in common with the 2024 car." This bold statement reflects Ferrari's commitment to innovation and competitiveness. Vasseur also recognized the risks inherent in this new project, noting that sometimes teams only realize the challenges they face in hindsight. The anticipation is building as fans eagerly await the performance of the SF25 during preseason testing in Bahrain, where the true capabilities of the car will be put to the test. Shifting gears to Lewis Hamilton, excitement surrounds the star driver as his initial foray into Ferrari merchandise sold out quickly. However, fans can rest easy as a second chance will soon be on the horizon for those wanting to snag some exclusive gear. As Hamilton steps into the iconic Ferrari seat, he faces immense pressure reminiscent of Michael Schumacher's early days with the team. Schumacher's 5-year journey to break Ferrari's championship drought is a legacy that Hamilton is keen to emulate, but he must do it quickly. The stakes have never been higher, and this season could be a defining moment in Hamilton's illustrious career. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc, affectionately called the darling of Maranello, has received a friendly nudge to push himself against Hamilton in the early stages of the season. With passionate fans and fierce rivalries at play, every race becomes a test of skill and determination. As we look ahead, the hype continues to build with the upcoming F1 flick starring Brad Pitt. The first teaser clip released has generated buzz in the motorsport community, with fans eagerly dissecting every frame for hidden gems connected to the world of F1. In closing, this season of Formula One presents an exciting narrative filled with fresh challenges, historical comparisons, and soaring ambitions. With teams like Ferrari stepping boldly into new territory and legends like Lewis Hamilton at the helm, fans are in for a thrilling ride. Stay tuned as we follow these developments closely, bringing you all the excitement and insights right from the heart of the racing world. Is Lance Stroll the secret rally tester on the F1 2025 grid? Recently, the intrigue has deepened surrounding a covert rally tester within the current F1 landscape. Aston Martin's Lance Stroll was spotted behind the wheel of a rally car in Portugal last weekend. This revelation follows claims from last summer, where there were whispers about an active F1 driver secretly testing a rally car while impressing on the stages, adding a new layer of mystery to the tale. While excitement swirled around this clandestine driving, the reigning 4-time world champion, Max Verstappen from Red Bull, was quickly dismissed from the speculation. Despite his known enthusiasm for exploring other motorsport avenues, it looks like he's not the one behind the wheel of the rally car in question. Many once speculated that Valtteri Bottas, then with Sauber, could be the hidden driver. Bottas has proven his love for rally driving, famously finishing 5th in the Arctic Lapland Rally at the wheel of a Ford Fiesta WRC. However, Bottas himself has dispelled these rumors, stating that he wasn't involved and it was someone else entirely. This narrative shifts focus to Stroll. As he prepares for his 9th full season in F1, having debuted with Williams at just 18 years old, recent sightings of him on rally stages have captivated fans. Clips shared on social media showcase Stroll driving a Rally 2 spec Citroën C3 in the famed Faf region of Portugal, a location known for one of the most recognizable jump sections in the World Rally Championship calendar. Interestingly, Stroll's newfound interest in rallying seems to have been influenced by his teammate, 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso. Alonso, who recently indicated that the 2026 campaign will be his last F1 season, has expressed a desire to try rallying after his F1 career ends. He shared his previous experience competing in the Dakar Rally, revealing it was a different challenge entirely, one that has piqued his interest for future pursuits. Alonso elaborated on the unique techniques required in rallying compared to formula racing, noting that managing weight distribution and momentum is crucial during these stages. Rallying presents its own set of challenges, from managing a co-driver's instructions to constantly adjusting the vehicle's dynamics. As these developments unfold, fans are left with a burning question. Is Lance Stroll, the enigmatic driver, secretly testing rally cars? With the 2025 season approaching, the motorsports community eagerly anticipates confirmations that could influence more than just racing strategies, shaping the future of rallying in the F1 domain. Stay tuned for updates on this electrifying saga as it races toward its thrilling conclusion. I love racing. It's been my passion since I was just 3 years old. Fast forward to today, and at 43 years old, I can hardly imagine what life would be like without it. The thought of just quitting overnight feels impossible. Now, let's dive into the latest buzz in the world of F1, starting with Aston Martin drivers, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. Recently, they've been in the spotlight not just for their racing skills, but also due to their response to criticism. Aston Martin's boss, Mike Crack, stated that Lance Stroll is facing what he calls a really skewed picture in terms of public perception. It seems there's more than meets the eye when it comes to how fans perceive these talented drivers. As we move through this fast-paced arena, we can't ignore the impactful story of Robert Kubica, who last week marked the 14th anniversary of a devastating rally car crash that nearly claimed his life. This incident changed his life forever, resulting in 42 bone fractures and losing 3/4 of his blood. He spoke about his experience on the Gurulandia podcast, opening up about the harrowing journey. Kubica recalls the moment of his accident and the lengthy recovery that followed. He says with heartfelt sincerity, "Honestly, I remember little of what happened because I was in a coma for so long. From battling against the odds to making a remarkable comeback in F1 with Williams, Kubica scored the team's only point during a rain-affected race at Hockenheim in 2019. His story is more than just a comeback. It's a testament to resilience." Kubica expressed how for months he felt completely immobilized, losing all sensation. But the moment he moved even just a finger again brought him an absurd joy that reminded him and all of us of the power of perseverance. As we turn to the competitive landscape of F1, let's highlight some drivers who have yet to taste victory but have racked up significant points. Drivers like Nico Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, and Alex Albon. These athletes, often called F1's nearly men, embody the challenge of consistency in a sport where winning is everything. Another pressing topic within Aston Martin is the ongoing debate about driver talent versus opportunity. It brings us to the question, should seat assignments be based solely on talent? The evolving dynamics at Aston Martin indicate that performances and behaviors will dictate the future of their lineup, especially with a statement highlighting how well both Stroll and Alonso have managed themselves amid criticism. As the excitement unfolds, all eyes are on the potential for Lance Stroll to become a world champion. Fans and critics alike are keen to see how Aston Martin navigates the competitive tide ahead. In this high-octane environment, every decision matters, not just on the track, but also off it. The anticipation for the upcoming races is palpable, and the intrigue surrounding the drivers only adds fuel to the fire. Stay tuned as the motorsports world continues to evolve, with stories of grit, determination, and fierce competition driving us ever closer to the next thrilling race. In recent discussions surrounding the world of Formula One, a notable figure has emerged, Kimi Antonelli. Known as a prodigy, Antonelli is stepping into the big league, and the spotlight is on him. Former F1 driver Juan Pablo Montoya recently shared his insights, hinting at some worrying rumors regarding Antonelli's performance. Montoya revealed that during Antonelli's extensive training program, covering over 9,000 kilometers, he faced significant challenges. The young Italian reportedly experienced numerous crashes, leading to substantial damage to his Mercedes. As Antonelli prepares for his debut season, these revelations raise questions about his readiness and resilience in a sport known for its high-stakes competition. Despite being an 18-year-old talent, Antonelli already has a taste of the F1 circuit, participating in 2 young driver practice sessions in the Mercedes W15. Unfortunately, his initial experience at Monza didn't go as planned. In a promising start, he recorded the fastest sector times on his first flying lap. However, things took a turn when he lost control of the car through the parabolica, suffering a crash with a recorded impact of 52 G. In the aftermath, he took the experience as a lesson learned, demonstrating a willingness to adapt. However, Montoya's concerns linger, emphasizing that during his TPC training, Antonelli has been involved in several incidents. Montoya speculated on the mental adjustment the young driver will need as he transitions from racing at a more comfortable level to facing formidable competition, notably his teammate, George Russell. The shift from familiar teammates to competing against seasoned professionals in F1 presents its own set of psychological hurdles. Creatively, Antonelli has proven himself. The question now is whether he can channel that ability without succumbing to the pressures and expectations that come with being a part of Mercedes, especially after taking the place of 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. As viewers, we can't help but watch with keen interest as Antonelli embarks on a new journey filled with promise and uncertainty. Will he rise to the occasion, or will the weight of the rumors and early challenges hinder his performance? The upcoming races will undoubtedly reveal much about this rising star. Stay tuned as we continue to follow Kimi Antonelli's journey in Formula One, exploring how he responds to the scrutiny and pressure expected from a young driver in one of the most competitive environments in motorsport. This narrative not only highlights Antonelli's prowess, but also allows fans to witness his growth, both on and off the track. The excitement builds as we await his performance in the early races of the season. Fans and critics alike are eager to see if he can turn the tide and solidify his position among F1's elite. With mentors from the past like Montoya weighing in, the story of Kimi Antonelli is one to watch. The 3-time Grand Prix winner has taken on the lead driver role at Mercedes, and there's a lot of speculation about the dynamics between him and the new talent Antonelli. Montoya suggests that instead of trying to outperform George Russell right away, Antonelli will benefit more from learning and observing. He believes that if Antonelli focuses on learning from Russell, he could find success in about 10 out of 24 races. However, if he comes in with a mindset to dominate Russell, it could lead to unnecessary pressure and potentially complicate his season. Mercedes Motorsport boss Toto Wolff has mirrored these sentiments. He mentioned that while Antonelli has logged around 9,000 kilometers in Formula One cars, fans shouldn't expect him to secure pole positions or podium finishes immediately. With rising expectations, he cautioned against viewing the young driver as an overnight sensation. Wolff emphasizes that Antonelli is just 18 years old, incredibly talented, but still needs time to mature in the sport. Instead of rushing into championship contention, the focus for 2025 will be transitioning and preparing for 2026, acknowledging that mistakes will be part of his learning process. As we delve deeper into this new chapter at Mercedes, the spotlight is on the emerging talent of Antonelli. The question remains, can he balance the pressure, learn from his experienced teammate, and carve his path in this competitive landscape? This journey will certainly be one to follow as the season unfolds.